All right, welcome to Plant a Garden TV. How you guys doing tonight? All right, guys. Tonight topic is collecting free manure can be dangerous at time, and that's no lie. Collecting free manure can be dangerous at time. Why I'm saying this is, who wouldn't like to get some free manure or some free compost? Who wouldn't like that? That will be a good idea if you can get free manure, free compost. Someone just call you and say, all right, I have some manure over here. Just get a truck and come and take as much as you want. And that's pretty interesting. That's good to hear. That sounds good. Man, I'm going to get a truckload of compost. Why not? Let's go. Let's go get this manure. But sometimes, I'm not going to say all manure is like that, but sometimes it's wise to ask question. If someone offer you manure, maybe they might have cows, they might have goat, they might have sheep, just there, and what happened is they might be feeding from grass. Yeah, they might be feeding from grass, but at the end of the day, sometimes you have to ask question. The reason why you got to ask question is because you don't know what they spray these grass with. You don't know what they use. You don't know what they give in the animal. You don't know anything about this. Hey, my Renaissance grandma, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Right? So you knows nothing about this manure, this compost. And you decide, all right, free compost, let's go, let's do this. And you ain't ask no question. You just looking at, this is free, man. This is good for my garden. But one thing you don't know, sometimes people spray their garden, their grass, to keep the weed down and to allow the grass to grow, that the cow or the goat or the sheep can actually eat the grass. So if you spraying them, depends on what they spraying them with, the animal eat the food, and then guess what? The food that they eat having all this chemical, and then now the chemical, the poop, they do come as waste compost, and that's there. But that chemical is not coming out of that compost. That chemical is still remaining in that compost, sometimes in the grass, the same grass you spray, the same weeds you spray. When the cow eat them, it goes through them and bring it back out, and then they do the one that's a chemical building up right there. Now you become happy because free compost. Why not? It's free. But one thing you got to remember, that same free compost that you getting could destroy your crop. That same free compost that you getting can destroy your crop. So you got to be careful, not because it's free, not because the compost is for free, meaning it's a good idea to take it and bring it in your garden, because all this chemical could mess up your garden, mess up your soil, and then guess what? It's not going to happen overnight to get rid of that chemical out of the soil. It's going to take time. So now you introduce this compost, this manure in your garden that you knows nothing about, and then it's full of chemical. Now your garden it cannot produce because that chemical, and then now even it produce, the food is full of chemical. The food is actually full of chemical because the compost is full with chemical. So yes, the food gonna full with chemical as well. And sometimes the chemical is so messed up that it mess with your crop. It's actually mess with your crop. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying not because it's free. Ask question. Because it could be free and mess up your garden, mess up your soil. Then now it holds you back now because your garden mightn't produce the way it should because the soil get messed up. I mentioned this before. I saw a video which confirmed it. I already know it, but when I watched this video from this guy, it confirmed the information. What happened is he get free manure from someone, truckload of manure, and he take the manure and he spread. He feels so excited that he spread out the manure in his garden and he feel good and he telling himself, yes, next spring I'm gonna get a beautiful garden because yes, cow manure is a good manure. It's good manure if it's grass fed, organic. If it's grass fed and the grass did not get sprayed, it is a good manure. Sheep manure, goat manure, there's good manure. Rabbit manure, chicken manure, all these things is good manure once they're not actually dealing with the chemical. So the guy now use a compost and he spread out in his garden. And when the spring come and he plant this, the crop start growing, then all his tomatoes and everything just die out. Everything just die out. The chemical was too strong. So he messed with them. So now he had was to wait and try to get this chemical out of the soil. You see what I'm saying? So why I'm saying this is I'm an organic gardener. I'm an organic gardener and I try to encourage people to grow organic because it comes with a lot of benefit. It comes with protecting the environment. It helps with protecting the pollinators. It helps with protecting many things. So by we using these chemicals, it's kind of mess with us. Okay, hey, God, it's home said, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it, appreciate it. All right, appreciate it. Thank you for passing through. Yes. Yes, guys. So my thing is, like I always mention, if you are a gardener and you're planning on growing food for long term, right? If you're planning on growing food for long term, try to do it as natural as possible. Sometimes we believe our soil is bad and it's really not. Sometimes we just need to maintain our soil. Okay, so if you try to do it natural, you build in your soil for a long-term investment instead of just doing it and then 2 years or a year your soil get messed up, then you got to start from scratch again, which you got to start from scratch and build. So, and just continue do what you're doing. Then your soil gonna get better. So all I'm saying is be careful of free compost. I personally, I'm not interested in compost because I can do it my own self. I understand that many people can do it their own self, so they got to do what they have to do. But be careful with the free compost. Be careful with the free compost because the free compost can cause situation. All right. Honestly, for what my experience, I only could speak for myself. These days, you really can't trust much things that we hear about. All right, yes, yes, thank you, my Renaissance grandma. Yes, these days we cannot trust many things we hear about. We cannot trust it. People lies and product and what they do, they put, tell you what's in there and then the other thing in fine print. Many of us really don't read fine print. We just read, and then we done. But many of us don't read fine print. So sometimes many of these things, I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not trying to pressure no one and tell them, okay, you have to grow organic food, you have to go do this. No, that's not what I'm doing. Right? But my thing is, if you have access to leaf that falls from the tree, if you have access to, the limbs that fall from the tree, these things, and you have space, these things can actually create free compost for you. And at the end of the day, you know what's in it. You know what type of compost. I know for sure ain't no chemical in this thing. And you could do this every year and every fall into the winter, you add them in your soil. And what's gonna happen, these things gonna keep breaking down and making your soil getting better. Don't rush the process. Rushing the process is getting things that can make that we believe gonna make your plant go bigger and faster. Well, let me tell you this, guys. There's actually natural things that growing. There's actually natural thing that's growing that can help your plants grow faster and produce big fruits without using these things. My thing is the benefit of organic gardening is the the nutrition, the vitamins, the iron, the fiber, these things that you can get. If you grow natural, you could actually get these out of your food. Instead of you got to go and buy a pill to get the vitamins. Your food should really produce that for you. So this is why others mention try to grow them natural. Not everyone could grow 100% organic. Not everyone could go 80% organic. Not everyone could go 50% organic. Some people might only could go 30%. But just do what you can. There's no pressure. The thing is getting the information. If you get the information, like I keep saying, one day you might get some space and then the information is here. No one can take that information from you. So now you could apply it. You see? So you have to be careful with the stuff because these stuff, and then sometimes, if you really want free compost, and this is the truth, if you really want free compost that you ain't got to worry about, is gather some leaf and put them in a corner. Gather some leaf and put them in a corner and allow them to break down. That's free compost for you, and you ain't got to worry about the chemical. Because most of the time, sometimes people have piles of cow manure, piles, and they really want to get rid of it. They personally want to get rid of it. And yes, if you pass by and you say, okay, that's compost, let me see if I can get some. Yes, they might just give it to you. Okay, come, just get a truck, come, and they give it to you. Nothing wrong with that. But my thing is, ask question. Ask them what you feeding the cows with. Are you spraying your grass with certain chemical? Are you spraying your grass? And once you get the understanding of these things taking place, you have to think twice. Because if you don't think twice, you could bring this into your garden and mess up your garden, mess up your soil. And remember, the roots of the plant feed from the soil. The plants feed from the soil, right? So whatever you put, whatever is in the soil is actually what the plant taking and bring up in the fruits, in the leaf. Many times, we catch ourselves with like all kind of different disease. And believe me, I'm no doctor, but sometimes this is what could be causing a lot of these disease sometimes. Sometimes that can be the problem, but don't take my word for it. Do your own research, and if you look at things, you might understand what I'm talking about. But it's important for us to pay more attention to what we eat and be more conscious. As a gardener, be more conscious. All right, all right. Thank you, my Renaissance. Be more conscious of the things you eat and the things you put around your food. It's no rush. You grow in a garden, it's no rush to go and get these things to put around you. It's no rush. Take your time, grow your food, and you'll be fine. Don't rush to try to get, you want big tomatoes. And so what you're gonna do, you're gonna get these things and throw around them because you want big tomatoes. No, you ain't have to do that to get big tomatoes. If you do what I'm saying with the leaf and you continue to do that, that's gonna build your soil so good that you wouldn't have to worry about big tomatoes, big anything. That's what your soil gonna be producing. So when we give our plants, the food, the organic matter, the nutrients, when we feed our plant and they receive the nutrient, this is what it pulling back up in the plants, in its leaf, in its fruits. So this is what we gonna be eating. We're gonna be eating the nutrients. We're gonna be eating the mineral, the vitamins. This is what we expect from these plants. So if you expect these things from these plants, you gotta watch what you feed the plant with, because whatever you feed the plant with is what the plant is giving back to you. Our food should be our medicine. If you feel a certain way, there should be food you could eat to heal you. There should be herbs you could go in your garden and pick and make you feel better. So always remember, your soil is one of the most important things when come on gardening. Is one of the most important things, because whatever you feed that soil with is what the plant intaking. And when the plant intake the soil, what's in the soil, it give it back to you. So think about it. Think about it. So free manure, One person tell me they just get from the zoo. People that say they get manure from the zoo because it's free. I personally will not take any manure from them places because you already know these animals got to get, they got to get medicine, they got to take pills, they got to take that to make sure they, and then when they poop, all that going in the poop, all the chemical. No, you taking that and you carry that in your garden. I mean, think about that. That's not, I don't think that's healthy. I think what you're doing, you're more polluting your soil and yourself and damaging your health more than anything else. So this is why I always talk about try to grow your stuff natural. Guys, look at what's going on today. Disease left, right, and center. All type of disease flying around. Every minute is something. If you're not eating the right way or the right food, when these diseases come to you, they will tear you apart. But if you're eating right and the food you're eating is giving you that minerals and the vitamins and the nutrients and help boost your immune system, and then you have your immune system to help fight but if these things come and meet your immune system weak, they will tear you down. Yes, that will contaminate. Definitely. Definitely, it will contaminate your whole garden. And guess what, my Renaissance grandma? These things do not come out your soil that easy. These things do not come out your soil that easy. So you bring it in your garden. No, it's there. And it's there for a portion of time. And then now you growing, you might be still growing food in that contamination soil. But remember, this is what you intaking. Now you realize, you feel like, well, I'm eating vegetables every day, so I'm okay. I'm eating, squash, I'm eating spinach, I'm eating, yes, but they polluted. And this is the thing. And this is what we got to be more conscious of. Not because you're eating lettuce and tomato and cucumber every day, meaning it doing anything to you, especially according to how they grow. According to how they grow, they're really not doing anything for you. You're just eating them, but they have no mineral, nothing inside them to give back to you, according to how they grow. So this is why I'm saying you should take the necessary step to ensure that what you grow able to give you what your body need. The thing is, growing organic, right? Growing organic, many people might like to grow their food organic. Why? Because it's kind of harder. It's a harder job growing organic food. It's definitely harder because it's more manual, right? Meaning you might have to clean up the garden. You got to spend time cleaning up that because you don't want to spray anything. So you're going to take time. That's time you got to take to maintain and keep your garden clean. Then you got to look up, check out for the bugs. Then make sure no bugs is eating up your edibles. Them. Now, there's some people who come with a spray bottle and they spray the weeds them in the garden and spray the bugs them on the plants. You see what I'm saying? But what we got to remember. Hey, Urban Homestead, how you doing, Annette? How you doing? Good morning. From Australia? All right, all right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yes. So when we actually growing our food and knowing what we put around them and able to get the nutrition out of them, that help our body. This thing help feed, make our body strong, make us able to walk around, make us able to run, make us able to fight any disease that come around, because now we have our immune system is working for us. We're supposed to always try to eat stuff that boosts our immune system. Why I'm growing food and then I got to go to the pharmacy to buy a tablet to boost my immune system? That don't make sense to me. So this is why I promote. And you try. I'm not saying you got to do it 100%. You do what you can. But at the same time, certain thing is not necessary. So the thing with organic garden is you do stuff manual, you got to pull up the weeds, you got to try get rid of the weeds. The other way around is the spray buckle. So now you spraying the weed, and then the chemical burn out the weed and they dry them up. You spray the worms and the worms them thing, but guess what? Guess what? That same chemical you now spray and get rid of the weed. Do you understand? Is the same chemical the plant is sucking up in itself and give it back to you, right back to you. Do you understand? The same chemical, the earthworms that's in your soil, that needed, all them insects in your soil that we need, you is actually getting rid of them. Then when you spray, don't you know that the leaf absorb, meaning the leaf itself, like for instance, you growing cabbage or you might be growing collard greens, right? Put it this way. You growing cabbage or you growing collard greens, you growing broccoli, you growing cauliflower, you growing them type of plants. And you spraying them because you don't want the bugs to eat them, right? You spraying them. Do you think that this thing is actually coming off of these plants, these leaves? No, this broccoli, this thing is absorbing and sucking in these chemical, then these chemical on top of them plant. So then this is what we eat. We eat these things after we've done spraying them. So my thing is, this is the difference of organic, but this is why, don't you see, organic garden today is pricey, the organic product. Do you see the price for organic product? Some of them 60% over the regular product. Once they mark organic, they're way more expensive, even though we're not sure whether it's organic, yes or no. But it's way over. I know. I could only speak for myself and the way I grow food. I know my garden is organic because I don't use anything to feed my plant. I make my own compost with the leaf, with the tree body, with the grass clipping. That's what I use. So I know I'm growing organic, and I want to use rainwater. If I got to wet my plant, it is rainwater. So I try to stay away from a lot of things. I understand that everybody could do that. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that everybody should do that. At the end of the day, you got to do what you can. But you got to stand firm on what you're doing and what you want to do. Because if you're growing food and you want your food to heal you, give you what your body needs, then you got to grow it the right way. And what is the right way? As natural as you can. I'm not saying you got to do it 100%. Just put a lot of things. And let me tell you something too. There's a lot of distraction out there when come on gardening. Plenty distraction. Many people giving you information and they have no idea what they're talking about. They're giving you information that they actually Google. I don't do that. I experience. I speak from experience out of my own garden. You see, because when I give information, I want to make sure I'm giving correct information, not just telling people do this and do that and use this and use that. And then when you catch yourself, you have people messing up their soil with these products you're introducing them to that you don't even know yourself. That's probably why the produce in the store are always recalled from Solomon and California, Cali, from using you know what? That's what I'm talking about. Do you see the amount of recall happening today? Thank you for mentioning that, my Renaissance grandma. Look at the amount of stuff. Every minute something is recalled. Because bad compost, it's a problem, I'm telling you. Because your plants suck from what you feed them with. Whatever in your soil, your plant is gonna take it. And then let me draw a reference again. There's certain product that if you throw it too close to your plant, it burn it down. What's in that product? You throw it too close to the plant, it burn down your plant. Why would I put something like that around my plant if it's that so dangerous? That if I put it too close to the root, it burn it down. I mean, just think about that. Think about what could be in something that if you put it too close to the plant, it dry down the plant. And these are the things that people promote. You see, these are the things that people actually promote. And many of them have no idea about the product. No idea. They might see someone using a product and then they show you the harvest, like on YouTube. Somebody might be showing you a product. Oh, this is what I use, and right. And then they show you a harvest with a thumbnail, and you say, "Wow, that's what they use." And now you wanna go see this product. That doesn't mean that this product, because you see somebody meaning. If it's natural, if it's organic, go for it. But once it load up with chemical, you got to pay attention. Because if you're telling yourself that you want to grow food, healthy food for you and your family, you got to do it right. You see, you got to take the time. You cannot be spraying. You cannot be spraying weeds in your garden. You will have to spend some time and take them out. Pollinators is very important. Very important. And the spraying help eliminate pollinators. Bees. You don't see bees like how you used to see bees. This year I see bees, but not as much as I used to. Because everybody's spraying these days. A lot of people is actually spraying these days, and it helps eliminating butterfly, bees, and all these things. So my thing is try to grow natural and stay away from bad compost, free bad compost. If someone offer you compost, free compost, ask question, where is come from, what did you use? Nothing wrong with that, because you want to make sure that this is something good that you actually taking up and take to your garden. You want to make sure that this is something good. So what you do, you ask question. Yes, the animal might be grass fed. Yes. But did you spray the grass? Did you ever spray the grass? What did you spray the grass with? You see, what did you feed them? Did you give? You got to ask question, because all that spraying is right in their poop. And then when you take that and carry it home by you and you spread it out, and you tell yourself, yes, next year my garden will be beautiful. Guess what? It messed up your soil. Now you have a messed up soil, poisoning yourself with the food that you actually growing, because it's full of chemical. Do you understand that these things actually spray to kill plant, to divert plant, that other plants can grow? And then that same thing end up in you see what I'm saying? So this same thing is we could mess up your plants, because that's what it was doing with the weeds them. And now you bring it in your garden, and now it's actually messing up your garden, your soil, your food. It actually messing up. So free compost, please ask question, and not because it's free, meaning you should take it without asking question. Because at the end of the day, you could get mad and upset and ask yourself, why did you even do that? Take this manure and put it in your yard. Now your yard is polluted, and it's not easy to get that out. It's surely not easy to get that out. It's going to take time. And if you decide to continue grow, if you decide to continue grow food in that same area, you actually absorbing the chemical that's in the soil. And is that good for you? Is that good for you? That's what I'm talking about. So this is why I'm saying, try to grow organic, try to do it as natural as you can, so you could reap the benefit out of the plants. You should never throw anything but natural organic matter wrong your herbs, your vegetables, and whatever you're growing. When you're talking about putting things that you don't even know about, that's not natural, that somebody make it and add stuff to it, you got to think about that. Because at the end of the day, it's your body. And if you're growing food for you and your family, you should take the step to make sure that you grow food that can heal you and your family. You should be able to grow food that if that help boost your immune system. That if a cold might try to attack you, but your immune system is strong, so your immune system fight off the cold. Sometimes the flu try attack you, but because your immune system is strong, it fight it off. It push it. You know what I'm saying? When your immune system is strong, when you could naturally feel like the cold is trying to come on. But guess what? It fight it off, then it just, the cold just disappear. But you feel it was coming. But if your immune system weak, when that cold come, that cold could hold you down for a period of time. Some people get cold and it move from cold to something else because they have it for so long. They have the cold so long. Sometimes it turn to different things. So grow your food that you can get real benefit. Nothing wrong with getting some free. Thank you. All right. Nothing wrong with getting some free compost. Nothing wrong with that. But make sure you know what type of compost it is. What did he spray the grass? What did he feed them with? Nothing wrong with asking questions, because you got to take it to your home and you trying to grow organic, healthy food for you and your family. You got to stand firm. You got to be strong. You cannot be distracted because there's a lot of distraction out there. You could actually be growing your food natural. Then someone come with a product and tell you it works good. Then you get distracted and you start using that product, and you was doing pretty well growing your food natural. So the distraction is real. So pay attention to that. You could grow good, healthy food without using anything. You could natural organic matter, leaf, grass clipping, these things does wonders in your garden. It help your garden. So you could, you could try it for yourself. I don't want to take no one from the way they grow the garden. I'm just giving insight of how you could do the same, growing natural with the thing that they add to boost them up, to make they get bigger. No, you could do natural and get big enough, healthy, big enough and healthy at the same time. Full of nutrients, full of minerals, full of vitamins, full of fiber, full of what your body needs, by taking the time and do it natural. Remember, free manure, ask question. Because free manure could be bad at times. It can destroy your garden, it can destroy your crop. Be mindful of that. All right? Your health is your wealth, and your health is important. You could have all the money in the world, and if your health ain't good, you have nothing. Sometimes when your health gone far, and you have the money, but nobody could bring it back, it gone too far. So working on your health now can help us in the long run. So I just want to say that, guys. I hope this live could help and motivate someone or anybody who come and watch the replay. I hope it can motivate someone, because I always try to encourage, I always try to motivate people in a positive light. All right? So thank you, my Renaissance grandma, for coming out tonight. I appreciate you. Thanks, everyone, for coming out tonight. Everyone who come through tonight. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. And don't forget, I go live every Thursday. And now I'm doing late night live from time to time. Like from time to time, I do my late night live, and I'm okay with that. Yes, very helpful. Thank. All right. Okay, that's wonderful, my Renaissance grandma. Thanks. Glad I was able to share this information tonight. So thank you. You have a blessed and wonderful night. See you guys next time. Peace. Thank you.